Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. I hope you all are doing really good. And today we are going to study a very important scheme from all the examination point of view, and the name is Kisan Credit Card. All right. So this particular scheme, it is important. As you can see in the slide also, there are so many examination which ask question from these. Although the pattern could be different, some examination, for example RBI NABARD, they ask more of the current affair of this news, while the rest of them, for example IBPS AFO, right, such examination they ask for static information, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to cover both, but before that, to our new audience, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of every lecture that we provide on YouTube. And currently we are offering 40% off plus extra 10% off on our all courses that we provide, as you can see in the slide also. And to avail this offer, you have to use the code E10, and do remember that this particular code, it is valid till 14th of October 2021. All right. So why this particular scheme we need to study? What is the need of that? And what is in the news, right? So basically, if you go for the news, this KCC, they have made a loan target of 16 lakh crore this year. So this year means of the 2021, right? So this year they have made a target that they will provide 16 lakh crore of loan, and till now, that is till September 2021, they are able to give loan of around 14 lakh crore. So till September 2021, they have already given 14 lakh crore of loan, and the set target was or is what? It is 16 lakh crore. All right. So I hope you get this difference. Now the second important thing that we need to understand, what is this Kisan credit card? Before understanding about its aim or about its nodal agency key features, but in general, what is Kisan credit card, that we need to understand. All right. And for that, let's look into it. So what happens? See, basically, if we go for a farmer or a Kisan, right? So whom he gonna approach if he needs loan for his agriculture activities, right? He has two options. One is, of course, that would be the bank. That is a legal option, right? Next is from money lenders. Now, what happened if a farmer goes to the bank? First of all, there are so many formalities that happens in a bank that the farmer, he usually avoids this particular particular way. Why? For example, the interest rate is about 6% in India, approx 6%. It can be 6.37 or 6.85 depending on the bank you are going. Apart from that, they have to give so many collateral also. What is collateral? Means they usually have to give one asset that equals to the amount of the loan they want to have, in case if they're not able to fulfill that or to return the loan, so the bank, they would seize this collateral, right? So they have to give that also. Apart from that, the small farmers, they do not have anything. They do not have land also. Some of the small farmers, they do not have land also. They usually act as tenant farmers on the other land. Or what they do, they basically, by tenant farmer, basically I mean that they usually ask someone else that give us, lend us your land, and we will give you particular amount per month or per season, whatever be the understanding between the tenant, that is the farmer, and the owner, right? Now they do not have anything as collateral. So now where would they go? Because bank, they would not accept it, right? So this particular thing, it hindered the farmer to approach to the bank. Bank, they were made for the ease of the consumer, but here the farmer, he was not getting an ease. Now where he went? He went to the money lender. Now money lender, apart from charging high interest rate, that because this is an unofficial way of giving money, so there is no fixed interest rate as in the case of banks, right? So interest is, but usually it is high. Apart from that, if once they are not able to give it, a lot of humiliation they have to face. You agree? Right? Farmers have to face a lot of humiliation if they're not able to give that particular amount back to the money lender. Now, these two ways, in either way, farmer was not getting any benefit, but as well, it was a lot of, you can say, headache for him to apply for loan. So then, what happened? The nodal agency, that is NABARD, they came up with a solution. So what they did, they made this Kisan credit card scheme. Credit card is what we have, two card, one is debit card and one is credit card, right? Debit card is just for taking out money whatever you have from your saving, from your current account, that we usually do in our day-to-day life, that is the debit card. Then comes credit card. In credit card, one can do what? One can take loan, means they can pay later. Same in case of loan. In credit card, usually whatever limit, salary or whatever collateral that you have, accordingly a particular limit is there of every credit card. Then you can take the amount. For example, if I have a credit card and per se my monthly salary is enough to give me credit of 1 lakh per month, right? Then in that case, I can purchase whatever from that credit card and I can pay later to the bank, right? Around a certain time. So this particular concept, Kisan credit card, it was introduced for with the same intention or purpose, so that farmer, they can easily take loan without any hassle, right? And in case of for example, in this bank, they usually give 6% of interest, but in case of this Kisan credit card, they have to pay approx 2 to 4% of interest. So means here interest rate is also less, and collateral, either you do not have to give collateral, that we will study further, that how much amount you do not have to give, or to what amount you do not have to give. Apart from that, we'll look at other features also, but this feasible thing that came into consideration after looking at whatever the farmers they were going through, right? So this is why credit card was introduced. Not credit card, but yes, Kisan credit card was introduced. Now we'll have some basic features about this. First of all, we'll look at what is the launch year. The launch year of Kisan credit card was 1998, with an aim to provide timely and adequate credit to farmers to meet their need. So not only they will give the bank, they will provide adequate credit, but also timely, on time, when they need it, the farmers, they'll get the credit. Next is about the nodal agency. Nodal agency means which the agency which looks after it, or who gives, who you can say, who supervise this particular scheme, that is NABARD. But as in NABARD, as it deals with more with inter banks, means it deals with one bank to another, how things going good or not, or how the everything is going fine or not. That is the role of NABARD, that is from bank to bank. But we need here consumer to bank, right? So nodal agency is NABARD, but this implementing agency is all cooperative banks. So because this have to implement, as said before, NABARD, it works between bank to bank, but here we need between farmer, that is the consumer, and the bank. So that is why implementing agencies are cooperative banks, right? Apart from that, regional rural banks or the public sector banks. So these are the banks that NABARD, they make guideline that these are the particular guidelines that you need to follow when a farmer, he comes to you with the Kisan credit card to avail loan. Okay, so these all are the implementing agencies. Okay, yes, civil services corner, that is the interest concession, it is a part of KCC by only. Okay, then Kisan credit card, we have to look at the eligibility also. Okay, so who are eligible for this particular card? Right, first of all farmers who are aged between 18 to 75 years, okay, they can avail this particular Kisan credit card. And here when I say farmer or when this particular concept of Kisan credit card, it's a farmer, it does not only mean those farmers who yield crops or who grow crops, but also the farmers belonging to the animal husbandry, means rearing of animals. For example, if you're for cows and buffaloes for dairy purpose, right, or sheeps or goats, whatever that animal husbandry section, those farmers are also eligible for this particular scheme, as well as fisheries. Fisheries means that are related to fishes. All right, those sectors, and who under those sectors, such as individual or joint cultivators, owners, tenant farmers, oral lessees. Oral lessees are nothing but when a particular farmer, they are growing or you can say they are cultivating crops or whatever that is related to agriculture in some other person field, or maybe that other person, the person has left the village, so the other person or the particular farmer, he has taken up the land, not as in to own that, but yes, just to do agriculture. All right, apart from that, sharecroppers, these are all what, these are all eligible for Kisan credit card. And apart from that, who are eligible? SHG means self-help groups. Okay, what are self-help groups? And okay, I'll explain this. And then joint liability groups, what are these and what is the difference? See, self-help groups, these are usually groups that are made in a village or rural region, where the aim is to save money. So maybe 10 to 20 women, or basically in SHG 10 to 20 members are there. So what will they do? They'll whatever savings they have, they will collect it together, and then whoever is in need, they will give that money to that person, and that is also for loan basis, right? So self-help groups are basically more of a saving group, right? While the joint liability groups, what are these groups? These groups are made with the intention to have loan only from the bank. What does it means? In this, usually the number ranges from 4 to 10. 4 to 10 people will come together, they will collect money, because in while going for the loan in the bank, what is the criteria we'll see in the next slide, but for now you have to understand, in joint liability groups what happens, 4 to 10 people, they come together, and then they collect money, and then whoever wants to have the loan from the bank with help, so that particular money that has been collected, that is used as collateral, or that is shown to the bank that this farmer has at least this percent of money with him, right? So what is the difference between SHG and joint liability group? This is for saving. The first, the priority, or you can say the aim, or the basic structure of this is for the saving, while this is made for the credit purpose only, to have the loan only. Okay, so this is the difference between the two. Next comes, what are the key features of KCC? If you look for the KCC, first of all is the farmer can take out loan up to 3 lakh rupees. Okay, a farmer, he can take out loan up to 3 lakh rupees, beat any farmer. Next is insurance coverage of 50,000 in case of permanent disability or death of the farmer. Whoever has a credit card, Kisan credit card, they can avail this 50,000 in case of permanent disability or death, or 25,000 in case of other risk. If there are some other things that have led to the failure of crop, or per se the family is going through some financial stress, in those cases 25,000 insurance cover is also there. Next is KCC not only covers the loan for initial purpose or for while growing the crop, it also covers post harvest expenses. What are post harvest expenses? First of all, what is harvest? Basically, when a crop it reaches a certain stage, and then it is ready to cut and to deliver to the market, right? So that particular stage, when we cut the yield or the crop, when it is ripen or it is ready to be marketable or marketed, then that stage is called harvest. So what is post harvest stage? You cannot just cut from the field and then you can you give to the market. There are many stages after that. For example, if this is a wheat, right? Example, this is a wheat, and then you have cut this, right? But now you cannot just give it to the market, right? You have to first remove the husk, there is a covering outside every grain. You have to remove that in case of wheat also, in case of rice also, right? So you cannot just give it. So that process that happens after harvesting and before marketing, that is known as post harvest. So all the expenses that are there post harvest, it also covers under KCC. Then marketing loan, for example, a farmer, he has to shift, he have to deliver the whatever produce to another place. So he needs truck facility, transport facility, right? So for that also you have marketing loan. Or not only, it's just an example of transport facility, but for anything that is related to market. Then consumption requirement of farmer household, it is not like that, right? That farmer will that this particular loan, it is not just for the business purpose of the farmer, but also this covers the daily the needs of the farmer also. So that is why the consumption requirement, whatever there is to consume, there to eat, that could also be covered in this. Next comes working capital for maintenance of farm assets and activity allied to agriculture, whatever maintain, because when you have when you own a farm, you have to maintain that, you have right? So all these things are can also be availed through KCC. By availing, I mean the money. You can avail the money for these purpose. What I mean by this, when you go to the bank, you have to tell them that why you need money, right? So you can tell them that I need it for post harvest expenses. You can tell them that I need it for my personal consumption for the household. You can tell them that I need to maintain my farm assets, whatever there are in farm, be it machines, be it fences, be it the shelter you have made for animals, anything. You can say that. You can also say it for allied activities. Here allied activities, what does it mean by that? Investment and credit requirement. Allied activity means farm, the tractors, right? When you have a tractor, if you want to buy a tractor, you can take loan. Or if you do not, if you already have a tractor, you can, for the maintenance of it, you can ask for loan. Next is card valid for 5 years subject to annual review. So this card, it is valid for 5 years then, and but every year it is renewed. Next is collateral will be required. No collateral. Remember this word, no. No collateral will be required for loans amounting up to 1.60 lakh. So this 1.60 lakh, up to this amount, you will not require any collateral to deposit. Why is it so? Because if there is a marginal farmer, he won't be asking more than 1.60 lakh, right? Imagine yourself a small farmer. How much loan can he ask for? Maybe 50,000, maybe 1 lakh, maybe 1.5 lakh, or 1 lakh 50,000, right? But he cannot go more than that. So considering about the marginal farmers or the farmers who do not have any land or space, this particular amount has been subjected, and that is why this is made no collateral, right? And if for once some person, he is already quite rich, or he is a prosperous farmer, right? That would be the right word. So he can, if he is asking for more than 1.60 loan, so it means he is capable of that, right? That is why, see, collateral is important. It is kind of security for every bank, right? In case of marginal farmers, because they do not have, so it would not be good in the bank's part to ask them for it, right? Because they know that they do not have it. And in that case, what would happen? The small marginal farmers, they would not be able to get the benefit of this particular scheme, and that is why this particular norm has been mentioned. But in case of 1.60, it means the farmer is prosperous enough to ask for this much loan, so that is why the security it is asked. Okay. And second of all, because a huge amount the bank is giving, so they need some collateral with them, right, as a security. Next is credit is available for a period of up to 3 years. So for 3 years this particular credit, it is valid, right? Means this particular loan, it is valid for 3 years. If I take this year, I can return it maximum to 3 years, or whatever that has been given, but maximum 3-year limit is there. I hope you understand the key features. So that is all about this particular scheme. We have looked at that why is it was in news recently, and that is why we have covered this particular governmental scheme. I hope you understand this topic well. We'll come again with some other scheme that is important from all exam point of view, as well as with the current news, that why they are in current news. Until then, thank you very much and